Hyde's days are numbered. Tick-tock, y'all.
Amen.
Yes, indeed.
So I'm here with my fellow sisters in service to mark very soberingly the 43rd anniversary of the passing of the Hyde Amendment, an egregious policy rider which does not allow Medicaid to include abortion coverage. You know, a public health warrior who I admire tremendously once said to me that keeping people unhealthy is just another tool of oppression. We know that 1 in 4 low-income women are forced to carry an unplanned pregnancy because they do not have access to abortion, and abortion is health care. And so Hyde's days are numbered, thanks to warriors like Barbara Lee who've been leading the way, and myself and Representative Ocasio-Cortez are right behind her.
First, I just have to say to my two sisters, Congresswoman Pressley and Congresswoman AOC, thank you so much for your tremendous woman warrior leadership. I was a staffer in 1977 to the late, great feminist Congressman Ron Dellums. And that is when the late Henry Hyde put forth the Hyde Amendment. Well, as a young staffer, I was furious. I couldn't believe it because I knew exactly what this would do, and that would be to deny low-income women and women of color access to the full range of reproductive rights, including abortion.
That's right.
And then in 1980, unfortunately, the Supreme Court upheld the Hyde Amendment, even though Roe versus Wade gave women the constitutional right to an abortion. So fast forward, I was determined when I was elected to Congress in '98 that I didn't care what happened, I was going to fight to repeal the Hyde Amendment. Because I remember the days of back alley abortions very well. Before Roe versus Wade, I had to go to Mexico for an abortion. That was horrible. My own country would not allow that. And so for me, safe and legal abortions are extremely important. They are important as a human right,
yes,
as a woman's right. And in fact, now, my bill, the Each Woman Act, thanks to the phenomenal young women around the country, we have 169 co-sponsors to repeal the Hyde Amendment. But I'm gonna tell you, Ayanna, AOC, it was really hard because Democrats thought it was too radical. And so finally I said enough is enough. We introduced it. Here we are now at 169 co-sponsors. So I have to thank everyone from around the country, all of our young women and men who really fought so hard to get us here. We're not going to stop until it's done, until the Hyde Amendment is repealed.
And I'm so incredibly excited to be joining again our sisters in service, Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley and the eminent Congresswoman Barbara Lee, who has been leading this fight for so long. It is the honor of a lifetime to join this fight with people who have been thinking of us long before we got here. And that's what repealing Hyde is all about. Our access to reproductive justice and reproductive freedom should not be income-based. And repealing Hyde means that low-income women, women who are incarcerated, non-binary people who need access to an abortion can get it, not because they are wealthy, but because they are an American here. They are a person in the United States of America. And so this year we have been fighting hard. We have been rallying the troops around Barbara Lee's Each Woman Act, which works to repeal Hyde. Congresswoman Pressley has been working to repeal the Hyde Amendment in many of our statutes and our laws. And we've been working as well, joining her in repealing Hyde for our folks who are incarcerated and in our criminal justice system. So we do not believe that our access to reproductive freedom should be based on your income. It should be based on the fact that you need it and you deserve it and that it is a right.
That's right. This is just a social justice issue. And we do find ourselves in really unprecedented times with these draconian policies that are being rolled out by this administration that threaten us in every way, including our reproductive rights. But these unprecedented times demand and require from all of us unprecedented organizing and mobilizing. That's also why we are here, because of the advocates out there who continue to keep this issue alive. And they also demand unprecedented legislating. And that is exactly what we are going to do, because this is simply a matter of justice.
We cannot allow women, especially women of color and low-income women, to even risk going back to the days of back alley abortions. And that is an issue of justice. Abortion rights are human rights.
Hyde's days are numbered. Tick-tock, y'all.
Amen.
Yes, indeed. Stay woke.